Hello and welcome back, and we are here with more news from Prince Harry's legal action against the Daily Mirror and the Sunday Mirror. So, thank you for tuning in, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. So today, these are some of the updates. Today, Mirror Group Newspapers has mounted a defense after being accused by Prince Harry and other celebrities of illegal gathering of information about them. MGN's lawyer Andrew Green, KC, told the High Court the claims against the group were, quote, very different to those in 2015 where it paid damages. He also accused the claimants of, quote, smearing board members, saying there have been, quote, extreme allegations of dishonesty, end quote. Earlier, the lawyer representing the claimants, David Sherborne, alleged that unlawful information gathering practices were covered up at the paper. He had alleged that illicit activities, including voicemail interception, were, quote, authorized at the highest levels, and the Mirror Group denied all the allegations of phone hacking brought by claimants in this case, but it had previously admitted the practice did take place. Those are the cliff notes. What was said in court today was this. Andrew Green, MGN's lawyer, said that the latest claims were a breathtaking level of triviality, and claimants were smearing executives by accusing the board of lies to cover up hacking. Green argued that the claims made before the court in the hearing are essentially out of time, and that they should have been brought earlier. The explanation for this is that claims for damages should have been brought within 6 years of the alleged victims knowing what happened. Green also made the case that any reasonable person, in quotes, would have been aware of the phone hacking scandal that shut down News of the World in 2011. He also said two of the claimants, Nikki Sanderson and Fiona Whitman, could have brought a trial against the Mirror Group years earlier. He cited coverage of a 2015 civil trial in which the publisher was found to have hacked the phones of 8 celebrities, but he argued they have now run out of time to sue for damages. So essentially, a lot of this argument is relying on the fact that they are saying they waited too long, but something even far more interesting happened, where they claimed that Prince Harry had no evidence that he was a victim of phone hacking by the journalists at the Mirror. The High Court heard with stories about his private life instead secretly being leaked by royal press officials. So they said that the Duke alleged that dozens of news stories published in the Daily Mirror, the Sunday Mirror, and People were obtained through phone hacking or other illegal behavior. The articles published between 1995 and 2011 detailing his relationship with his family and with his ex Chelsea Davy, his military service, and allegations of drug use. As I said, Prince Harry also alleged that this behavior was condoned by senior executives such as Piers Morgan. So they did accept that on one occasion it employed a private investigator to illegally gather information on Harry, but insisted that most of its stories were obtained legally, and that saying the prince had no basis, in quotes, to claim voicemail were hacked by their journalists. So this is interesting. They said in one instance, Harry claimed an article published when Morgan was Daily Mirror's editor about the teenage prince catching glandular fever entitled, Harry's sick with kissing disease, in quotes, must have been obtained illegally. Get this, they said this. Listen to their defense. The Mirror's lawyer claimed that the real source of the story was probably King Charles's former press chief, Mark Boland, who had a strong personal relationship with Morgan, involving regular calls, meals, and drinking sessions together, in quotes. The news group implied that Harry should blame his father's aides for intruding upon his privacy instead of journalists. They also said that when the Metropolitan Police discovered the News of the World reporter Clive Goodman had hacked Prince Harry's phone in 2006, the police would have noticed if Mirror journalists had also been listening to royal voicemails. So the Mirror, while disputing their specific allegations of the phone hacking of those in this court action, they argued, as I said before, that the claimants missed a legal deadline to start their claims. But David Sherborne, the barrister for Prince Harry and other alleged victims, told the court that there had been widespread illegal behavior at the Mirror's newspaper, with tactics ranging from phone hacking to landline tapping and blagging of private financial records. So isn't that interesting that right there they name one of King Charles's former aides, and they said that it was because of his relationship, Mark Boland's relationship with Morgan, where they had regular calls, meals, and drinking sessions, and that's where probably the source of that story came from. So you know what happens? It's quite fascinating as the Mirror Group are trying to get themselves out of this whole situation. They're actually saying that these sources came from royal press officers and going as far as naming Mark Boland. So first of all, this does back up what Prince Harry said. Prince Harry's claim that there was some type of briefing going on against him, because what other reason could, if in fact it's true Mark Boland was the source of that story, why would he have any interest in gossiping or talking about Prince Harry to Piers Morgan over, a meal or something? That someone who is an aide to a royal has a lot of time on his hands. I mean, what would be the purpose of talking about something so private in Prince Harry's life, right? And not only talking to him about it, but it being a headline story saying, quote, Harry sick with kissing disease, in quotes. So I wonder if they're gonna call upon Mark Boland, because he has been named, to actually get themselves out of that situation. And that would also perhaps open him up to, cross-examination. Who knows how this whole situation works. If that would be the next step in the process in this court proceeding. Because once they start saying that they are getting information legally through royal press officers, that would open up a whole other can of worms where now they would have to keep calling upon people to back up the fact they got some of the stories that Prince Harry is accusing them of getting through, blagging and through phone tapping. If they say that they had legit sources, then who knows, that could be opening up the door to who those sources are and why, in fact, they were talking about Prince Harry's personal life to a news outlet. And who knows, those people now might be asked, what was the purpose of talking about Prince Harry? Did you have authorization from your bosses? So this is interesting. It's a domino effect. We know now the Mirror Group in this action, they are looking out for themselves. They're looking out for number one. They're trying to make sure that the claimants in this action do not take them to the cleaners. And now they have a strong personal incentive to protect themselves. And now they're roping in royal aides. They're roping in their confidential sources, in quotes. They're roping in those royal press officers. And they've also claimed that there had been some friends of Harry who may have given that information. So they're gonna either have to come correct with all these names and back up each and every story, or else if they can't back up their account, or if now the people whom they have named and they say in fact no, they never did that, they could also be opening themselves to a whole other situation on the other side, right? So share your thoughts on that. So by the way, so in this court action, we also learned through Prince Harry's lawyers a part that was interesting. Prince Michael of Kent's personal financial records were published in the Mirror in 1999, allegedly revealing that Queen Elizabeth II's cousin was millions of pounds in debt and had an unauthorized £220,000 overdraft in Coutts Bank. When the prince's lawyers complained to Morgan that the story was inaccurate and the records must have been obtained illegally, Morgan dismissed their, quote, poor and thinly disguised threat and insisted the information had come from an impeccable source. In reality, the Mirror had obtained the information after employing private investigators to pose as the prince's accountants, phone the bank, and illegally blag his account details. That was what also the court had heard yesterday. Before that article was published, 2 hoax calls were made to Coutts, seeking to confirm the prince's bank account number. The Mirror's publisher later settled a legal claim from Prince Michael and issued an apology to him. David Sherborne, representing the claimants in that phone hacking trial against MGN, said that incident pointed to a culture of widespread illegality and cover-ups at the highest level of the company. And MGN, as we know, has already paid about £100 million in penalties and legal fees to settle hundreds of phone hacking claims at its titles, in addition setting aside a further £50 million to cover future payouts. So the first 3 weeks of the trial will deal with general issues around alleged illegal behavior at the Mirror's 3 newspapers, while the second half will hear evidence from the 4 alleged victims. Prince Harry is due to give evidence to the trial over 3 days at the start of June, becoming the first royal to give evidence from the witness box since the 19th century. So Prince Harry right there, gonna make history. So share your thoughts on this news below. I wanted to give you these updates and let me know what you think about MGN's defense that in fact the information was obtained legally from third parties, of whom they've named some being royal aides. Let me know if you believe that avenue of argument for them will end up paying off. Let me know your thoughts. But all in all, I'm so happy that Prince Harry is standing up to these illegal practices, as I named right there, where they had a private investigator allegedly phone a bank and convince them to hand over Prince Michael of Kent's private financial details, pretending to be his accountant. He had that track record that was pointed out. And let me know what you think about Prince Harry getting on the stand and giving his own testimony. I think that will be so powerful coming from him as he is able to speak and talk about what he has gone through and the impact that all these illegal information gathering practices had on him. It will be so personal and a powerful testimony from the Duke of Sussex, as well as the others who will give their testimony. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. As always, I would like to give a thank you to those who support this channel, to my Patreon, PayPal, and membership supporters. I would like to say thank you, and I want to give a shout out to a couple of you who support this channel financially. A special thank you to you, Helene Gren. Thank you so much for your support for my work here on YouTube. It truly means so much to me that you've chosen to support me throughout these years. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you so very much to you, Bonnie, who goes by the handle B10Pow, for your continued and unwavering support for my work. You are so dear to me and I love and appreciate you. Thank you for all the ways that you engage on this channel, for joining the chats, for your comments, for your love. I do appreciate you. God bless. Thank you to Kathy Aye as well. Thank you for your support for this channel, your kindness, your giving. You are precious and treasured. Thank you so very much. I love you. And a special thank you to a dear supporter of this channel who goes by the handle Maggie Jackson. Thank you so very much for your faithful giving and your consistency throughout the years. I'm truly grateful to God that you are in my corner. I pray for God's blessings to abound and God to bless you and yours. I love you so very much once again. And now a special thank you to those who gave through super thanks. Thank you to Elaine Babb, who is also one of the newer supporters on this channel. I'm so appreciative of your generosity and your open-heartedness. You have been so kind. May God bless you. I truly love and appreciate you. Thank you so very much. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, click subscribe. It truly does help out the channel. And I do appreciate all of you who do like, comment, and those who have subscribed. Thank you. If you want to watch more videos, click the links here at the cards and the end screens, and I will see you there. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.